motion every time, all right? So you do this, you go around the same way every time. So I'm going to make sure the door's shut, locked, this handle. Now, trivia key is a trick. Never ever lock that door unless this key's in your hand. Because if you lock that bottom lock, this is locked, and you shut the door, it is still locked. And if your keys are in there, you're in trouble. I haven't done it. I did it when I was 20, when I locked my keys in the trunk of the car. Long time ago. I never ever lock or close the door unless the key is in my hand. Or you have a hider key somewhere. What we do, we used to be realtors, so we have a realtor's lockbox. When we park, as soon as we park, it goes on the outside.
Oh, love that.
So
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So it's got a combination. So either you can use it. If you have animals and you need somebody to go in and take care of the animals, you can give them accommodation or something like that. So anyway, all right, just be warned with this type of lock. Now they've got some additions for these types of locks you can now get that makes it easier to open. They've got a external handle you can use, because I have funny heads. I find it difficult to do that, but I don't have that on mine. It's not an issue. We'll make sure the awning's stowed, all the compartment doors are locked, all the windows are closed.
All the windows are.
Good check. And when you open and close these windows, don't crank them down really tightly. Just snug. Secure. And when we hook up, we will do a light check, but we're not going to do it right now. All right. Make sure the ladder's secure, windows closed. So we'll do a light check. Do not stow anything with this. This is just for an option, like a rack for your canoes. Just be warned, if you are going to put the canoes on here, don't have them hanging down too low, because if you go down and up like a dip, the reason that jack is where it is and not back here, is they can't put it here, because as the front goes up, the back comes down. All right, and you'd actually tear off the jack. That's why they're there. So just be careful if you hang anything a little lower than here. Right. Slides in, windows closed, visual check of the tires, tire pressure check. You've got a gap missing on that one. It would be nice to get fixed, but you don't. Yeah, you leave those chocks in when we hook up, so
Okay.
that's good.
We need to get a cap on this.
Furnace, don't have that on when you're using the furnace.
This thing?
Yeah, it actually restricts the airflow to the furnace.
Okay.
Because people have told us about the bugs that'll get in there.
Yeah, if you're not using the furnace, leave it on there. That's not a problem.
It's from yours and
But if it's cold enough, the bugs aren't out if you need the furnace.
Fair enough.
But you've probably got heat pumps on the air conditioners, right? So they can heat. You've got an electric fireplace in there? Yes. I'll give you that. Sure those are locked. All right. So,
be locked in.
you'll need to have that open. Good. All right. You know how to use that?
I have a rough idea.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
the
We
rougher
can work
idea
on
than
it
me.
together. I don't use it very often. One of the things that, I don't know whether this one does it. No, it doesn't have an automatic level up, does it?
It does.
Have you adjusted the leveling since this was parked?
A little
We,
bit, right?
yeah.
Because
Okay.
we were just off.
Right,
It wasn't
so
perfect.
with the level up system, when you lift the front jacks up to disconnect from the truck, and if you then press the auto level, it'll auto level the whole thing. Front jacks, street side as a pair, curbside as a pair. If you don't touch this, when you get ready to hook up again, and it gives you a level up control. So turn it on, push left and right button, same time and release. Camp will return to where it was. So if you push the left and right buttons at the same time and release, it will return to where it started for the disconnect, so it remembers where that hitch was.
Okay.
But if you do a manual interrupt after you've dropped the truck, it loses that position, so you then have to do it manually.
Okay.
All right? Okay, we can read the instructions hooking up. All right? Because you've got to stow the rear ones first, and you still keep these down.
Okay.
Okay. Everything else done?
This is locked, yes?
It's locked. Propane's turned off.
I was going to say, okay, good.
Propane was turned off on both? Okay.
I did.
There's propane in there.
And the other one too.
Who put that key in? Who put that lock on?
That was there when we got it. You got to do.
Illegal. That lock is illegal.
Really?
You are not permitted by DOT to lock propane tanks.
I didn't know. Yeah, that came on there. You locked it because
Yeah.
you lock everything up.
Right, I understand
How
that.
weird.
But if you look at a lot of these fifth wheels,
Uh-huh.
there would not be a lock there. It's not supposed to be a lock there.
Hmm.
It's illegal to lock a propane, because if you have an issue and the fire department need to get into this, but you can't. You would have to have one. You need a top one. So just put it on your list if you really want to do it properly. You want to take that off, get one of these and put one of these on there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Sounds good. That's
Okay.
weird.
Now you know how to operate this propane.
Yes.
So you open both tanks.
Yeah, you open and then
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of them will switch to the front.
And then with the green at the moment, you're feeding from the other tank.
Mm-hmm.
When that gets empty, it automatically switches to this one and that goes red.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you when you refill the other tank, push this manually to this tank and it'll go back to green.
Okay.
So it'll switch automatically, and it'll go red. So you have to manually switch it to put it back to green for this tank, and then you leave the other tank.
Okay.
So you run with both tanks open if you want to.
Okay.
All right?
Great. Great.
So there's not much you're using propane for. You've got a water heater on gas and electric, which
Right
you can
now,
run.
our electric water heater seems to not want to work, so unfortunately, we've been using more propane than we want to. It just decided it just started clicking, and we didn't know.
Come on. Okay, it is on. So the electric is on. I just reset that button. That had popped out. Try the electric next time you get here. All right?
Sure.
You need two things. This switch must be on. This is only used when you winterize it, so that when this is empty, because you winterized it, you turn this off so that inadvertently somebody inside can't turn it on, because if this doesn't have water in, you'll burn out an electric element which is behind there in about 15 seconds if it's not covered in water. So that's why that switch is there. Now sometimes this switch fails. They're about $15 to change. What I did is I got rid of mine. I had one just like this. I had a Truma instant water heater put in. Instant water. Provided you've got water and propane, never runs out of hot water.
Wow.
Take it.
Awesome. But that stays on as the takeaway. Don't.
The only time you turn that one off is if you've emptied that water heater and winterized it. That's what it's
Again. Okay.
And the only time you'd winterize is if we're going to store it.
for. Yeah. Yeah, if you're operating in below freezing conditions, I don't know if you've got tank heaters.
We do.
Okay, but you're going to be plugged in, and make sure you keep the water heater on. Do not turn it on or the furnace going down the road, because the 60 mile an hour wind past there will blow the flame out. But you turn the propane off so it's not an issue. All right, that's about it. Now what I'd like you to do is, one of you, I'd like to get in the truck, and I want you to show me, we're going to take the exit out, just the truck. I want you to show me how you're going to get out of here with just the truck, and then come back here and we'll hook up and we'll get underway. I've got
Alright.
some stuff to get out of my car.